Okay, why are we here?
Well, I brought you out here, out among the pines, because I'm ready to confront the Jersey Devil.
Wait, the Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
You're going to confront...
That's right. I'm finally going to make my first needle-felted sculpture.
Oh.
And I'm going to needle-felt the Jersey Devil.
I see. How brave of you. Wow. Was that anticlimactic?
Come on.
A whole make-believe trip to Jersey and back to tell me that?
It's called drama, Michelle. And that's how I roll.
I swear to God.
The reason I'm being dramatic is that this is a big deal for me. This is my very first needle-felted project.
Oh, yeah.
You do this all the time. Mm-hmm. I've never done it.
I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Well, to that point, early on, I had my doubts. You remember the King Kong Godzilla sculpt thing we did last year?
The monster sculpt off Throwdown Showdown?
Yeah, whatever.
That I won?
No.
And earned the title Boss of the Studio?
No, that was a draw. It was a friendly competition that somehow turned into a bloodbath.
Yeah, it did.
But, contest notwithstanding, I was hoping to do a little better with my monster sculpting by this point in time.
Okay.
However, much like that Godzilla sculpt, in the early stages here, it seems like, once again, I've made a chicken.
Yes, you did.
So wish me luck.
So you grew up in New Jersey.
I did.
Did you hear a lot about the Jersey Devil?
Oh, all the time. Every fourth kid in class had some story about spotting him on a camping trip or while out hiking. And we all knew what he looked like based on the old reports.
Yeah.
He's described in old newspaper reports as some kind of biped, the body of a kangaroo with a long neck, the head of a goat or a horse with horns. I know. Leathery, bat-like wings, cloven hooves, and a forked tail.
That?
Yeah.
That's what all the children in New Jersey are terrified of?
Don't impugn the monster. Don't pretend like if you were wandering around the Pine Barrens at night and that thing swooped down at you from the treetops, you wouldn't run screaming.
You're right. That would be scary.
Yeah. Besides, eyewitnesses' account vary a bit, just like its origin story. One of the legends claims that in 1735, a rumored witch, Mother Leeds, was pregnant with her 13th child, and in frustration insisted this child will be the devil. Then, on a stormy night, she gave birth to a child that transformed before everyone's eyes into a hoofed, winged, goat-headed monster, a growling, screaming beast that attacked everyone in the room before flying up the chimney and becoming lost among the pines.
Good Lord.
My version of the devil picks up right at that point, where a young, newborn devil beast is making his way through the Pine Barrens on a stormy night. He's had a rough time of it so far, but with his entire family hating and fearing him.
He's kind of cute.
Again, that's how I roll. You can see in my design sketch, he's kind of like a little kid devil.
Okay.
He's smaller, compact, not as lanky as the old newspaper illustrations. I kept the identifying features, the goat head, the horns, the bat wings, the forked tail.
Right.
But I put my own spin on it. Like I said, eyewitness accounts vary, so I had a little wiggle room.
So there were actual sightings by eyewitnesses.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorites is from this crazy week in 1909 where everybody and their brother reported spotting this monster. Two professional muskrat hunters were hot on this thing's trail for 20 miles.
Wow.
One of them claimed, unironically, that the Jersey Devil was clearly an air horse.
An air horse?
Well, an air horse. I don't know. H-O-S-S. I don't know. He said they were similar to those he claimed were native to his home state of Georgia.
An air horse?
An air horse. Apparently very common back then.
Who knew?
And because the consensus is that this beast, also known, by the way, as Flying Death, has eyes that glow red like two blistering coals, I turned some cabochons into deep red goat eyes.
Cabochons?
Yeah.
This is getting serious.
Well, I mean, without making too big a deal out of it, I kind of thought it would be fun if we had another monster sculpt off.
Last time I got a little hyped up about it.
We went off the rails last time.
Yeah. This will be fun, though. I'll tone it down.
Good, because it's just a friendly competition.
Right.
And we'll make it cryptid themed, so start thinking now about what cryptid you want to make.
Okay, cool. I'll say this. for your first needle felt,
Yeah.
I'm very impressed.
Oh,
My first needle felt project was a little round ball.
I remember.
Yeah. Then I did a penguin.
He was cute.
But you're felting complex shapes.
Okay.
You're working on an armature, which is much harder.
That was very hard.
Yeah, you didn't break one needle.
Well, I was a little afraid. They're your needles.
Right. But that's a thing with beginners.
Okay.
And you're using different materials to enhance it.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you.
Well, I'm going to be honest. There's no way I could have made this if I hadn't been sitting next to you for how many years now, watching you work, watching you develop your classes, asking you questions.
Yeah.
I mean, even without knowing you were doing it, you were teaching me. You're a really good teacher. So
thank you.
I couldn't have done this without you. That said, it is such a time-consuming process that I'm not really sure.
Hold up.
No,
What is this?
You can ignore this part.
You're building a base?
I'm working on
You're
something.
doing it again. This
I'm
is
not-
the Godzilla city all over again. You can't.
You were just
this doesn't
praising
count as
my use
part of the
of different
competition.
materials.
That's not what I meant.
Well, why can't we just
Now
enjoy
I see.
the creativity?
Now I see how you play.
Why can't we just revel in my industriousness?
All I'm doing is felting a monster.
And that's all you have to do. If the judges somehow, mistakenly, take this moody, well-crafted, well-thought-out diorama into consideration in the competition, and if I get crowned boss of the studio,
That's it.
am I to blame?
I need to pay closer attention to your secret projects.
Well, I mean, you really should show up for the meetings. I bring donuts.
Oh, really?
All right, let's head back into the Pine Barrens and look at my very first needle-felted figure, the Jersey Devil.
Hold on. A fog machine?
Oh.
Did you
Well,
rent a
that's
fog
well,
machine?
No, first of all, no.
A fog
Relax.
machine.
Relax. I didn't rent a fog machine. I did clean out the petty cash and I bought a fog machine.
jeez.
But second of all, if I've said it once, I've said it twice. You cannot spell diorama without D-R-A-M-A, Michelle. Look at that eerie fog rolling through the Pine Barrens. A ghostly mist from which emerges this misshapen beast.
I get that you're stacking the deck here.
Am I?
And that I just got suckered into a contest
Suckered?
that I didn't realize the full
Get
scope
suckered.
of. But he turned out great.
Thank you.
He's creepy and cute.
Thanks.
And for your very first needle felted project, I'm impressed.
Well, that means a lot. I cannot wait to see what cryptid you come up with.
Well, it's on now. If you want to see how I won the
No.
title of the boss of the studio,
Didn't happen.
here's a link to our Kong versus Godzilla sculpt
Look,
off.
let's just say for the sake of argument that you won the last time.
Yes.
This time you're going down, and I needle felted, so that means I'm going to beat you at your own game.
How did we get here?
You brought it on yourself. It's the flying death, Michelle. The flying death is coming for you.
I can't wait.